know what fake ignorance is. I did not know what fake ignorance was. And I learned all about it in one of my coaching sessions with my coach. And yes, life coaches have life coaches. And I'm a life coach and I have a life coach. And one of the things that I learned about fake ignorance is, if you've been following my daily live streams, you know that a few weeks ago I sat down and I had a heartfelt, soul-bearing conversation with the multiverse, with our Heavenly Father, with God. And I was just like, I know that I have the ability to do really great things. And I know I have the ability to choose and create the life I desire to live. And I know I have the ability to really live a deeply meaningful life. Yet, I don't take the action. Like, I refuse to take the action. I refuse to do the work there is to do. It was like I had this fake ignorance. And if you caught Lauren Roberts' video yesterday, her live stream video was about confusion. And she said that confusion is such an enigma. Watch her video for more details. But confusion is like when you tell yourself you're confused about something because you know things should be a certain way, and yet the reality that you see doesn't equate to what you think it should look like. And so you call it confusion. And it's not really confusion. It's more like you know one thing and you're seeing another thing. So then you can just simply see it for what it is. The same thing with fake ignorance, right? Like I was feigning ignorance. I was pretending that I didn't know the answer to my questions. But as I was sitting here talking to God, I asked all these questions and I knew what the answers were because they were right in front of me. But I just sat there and I would rather pretend like I don't know the answer. I'd rather pretend that I was ignorant. I would rather pretend that I didn't know the answer. I didn't know what the next steps were to take were, because it's the perfect out, right? It really allows me the chance to just skirt any responsibility to do what I know there is to do. Let's see who hopped on. Thanks for hopping on. Hi, Scott. Hi, Amy. Hi, Basudep and Twee. And the Third Eye Awaken Stone something on Instagram. So here's the thing. You can allow the fake ignorance to stop you from taking action. You can allow it to really impede you. You can allow yourself to fall into the trap of fake ignorance and pretend to be confused. Or you could turn it on its head and say, look, like if I'm going to pretend to not know the answer, what if I pretended I did know the answer? I know, right? This is like earth-shatteringly, like jaw-droppingly, like, what? Yeah, what if you pretended, instead of pretending that you didn't know the answer and you didn't know the means and the hows to do it is that you'd like to do, to share your message, to do your thing, to set out your goals, to live your meaningful life? Instead, pretend instead, like totally turn it on its head, your fake ignorance. Turn it into fake knowledge, right? Fake enlightenment, and say, okay, if I really did know the answer, I really did know what there was to do next. If I was a person in a position to know what there was to do next, to take the steps and take the action to set out and fulfill my goals and bring them into physical manifestation, what would that person be doing? How would that person be? And then see what there is to see. Like let's say for instance, you decided that you were going to share an epiphany every single day, and you were going to go on Facebook and do a video every single day and share some sort of message from your being, from your mind, from your soul. Like, everyone has a message. Everyone has things they've learned. Everyone has like these epiphanies and stuff, and sometimes we share it and sometimes we don't. So what if you make an announcement that you're going to go live every single day, and you're going to do a live Facebook video, a live stream every single day? And then this is when the fake ignorance stops in, right? It totally steals the show, and it says, but I don't know how to record a video. I don't know how to go live. I don't know if I can do it. I don't know how it works. Or you can say, well, let's turn that on its head, because I'm not going to give any credence to the fake ignorance part of me. I'm going to instead give credit and give power to my fake enlightened version of me. So then you can say, okay, enlightened Tuan, if you were truly enlightened, what would you do? If you committed to doing a live video every single day, what would that person that already is enlightened, what would they do? You would probably balance your phone on the mantle and start and push the go live button, and then you would share your message. And then you'd also probably say something like, well, I start listening throughout my day. I start listening for my message. I start listening for content. I realize I am a person who's constantly generating content, and therefore I pay attention to the conversations I have with myself, with people I interact with my coworkers, with my parents, with my family, with my husband, with my kids, and that is the content that I look at very deeply, and that's the content I use to share on my daily live videos. Do you see the difference? Both of them are the same thing. You're either pretending that you don't know the answer, or you pretend like you do know the answer. But which one is more powerful? Which one is going to allow you to live a powerful life? Which one is going to allow you to take action instead of like sitting on your hands and saying, well, I don't know how to do it, so I'm not going to do it. And then, like me, you'll be like wondering why you're not living a deeply fulfilling life. And you're wondering why I'm not doing a thing I said I would do. Why am I not doing worthwhile work? Why am I not sharing my message? Why am I not sharing myself? Why am I not doing the thing that really helps me feel like I'm alive and I am pouring love into stuff, and I am sharing my love and my knowledge with other people? Like, what if I did that instead? And it's such a totally different way of being. So that's my challenge to you. If you find yourself like falling into the trap, into the Maya trap of saying something like, well, I don't know how I would do it. I don't know how I would pull it off. I don't know what I would do. Instead, pretend, okay, if I were enlightened and if I did know the answer, what would I do next? How would that person be? And what would they be doing? Hey, Kim, thanks for hopping on. Sorry, Ava is out in the living room, but I think if you catch yesterday's video, she was on it. And and so that is all there is to do. Ava! I hear her voice. She's saying something. She's commenting about some video that she's not agreeing with. She's watching this show called Booba. Is this little guy with all white hair, and he has like these little feet, and he has his little partner in crime that looks like the rat from Ratatouille, and they like make sandwiches together, and they make a ruckus together, and they're highly entertaining, and Ava just loves them to death. Like, she just loves these videos. So I'll like have my laptop next to her, and I'll like be typing out my book or my daily post, and then she'll be sitting here watching her Booba YouTube channel, and like I like half the time like looking over to see what she's watching, and it's pretty entertaining. This guy is like all over the place, and I don't know what country it's made in, but it's highly talented, and it's all computer graphics, just beautifully made, and it's just a really cool show. So if your kids like to see really amazing graphic arts, that's very funny, I highly recommend Booba, B-O-O-B-A. Yeah, so that's my message for you today. If you are feigning ignorance, instead feign some enlightenment and see where it takes you. And if you're like me and you had no idea that you were feigning ignorance, you had no idea that you were allowing confusion and ignorance to stop you, then hire a life coach. Hire a mentor, a life coach, someone to really help you get to the bottom of it so that you can really empower yourself and live a really deeply powerful life. Go figure. And I'll stick a link to the video, to the Lauren's video about the confusion, because it was so good. It was very, very clarifying. That's all my messages. I'm going to give Ava a shower now. I send you love, light, profound clarity, infinite possibility to live the life you desire to create for yourself, one that is completely aligned with your soul's expansion and growth always. And if you're looking for a life coach, reach out to me. And that's it. I will, here's to you living a soul elevated life, and I will see you tomorrow.